So can you tell us a little bit about, you talk about mold in a crawl space. That's a real common location, basements, crawl spaces. What kind of environment does mold need to grow? What are the conditions?
That's a good question. Usually what I see is people have gone in and someone's told them, close your crawl space vents off because it'll conserve on energy, but what it does, it prevents the airflow going through and the humidity gets up, and that's what makes the mold grow. Or if there's not vapor barriers down under a crawl space, you get a lot of moisture out of the ground. So having good airflow in a crawl space is the key to keeping the mold away. Sometimes on a lot of the new construction, you have a lot of wraparound porches where for every reason they can't get a foundation vent put in, and therefore there's easy solutions to fix that. Would add crawl space vent fans. Mm-hmm. Then it keeps the air circulating, which keeps the mold growth down. But that's what we try to do. We don't just go out and take care of removing mold where most people would just go out and clean it, spray it, or throw a vapor barrier down and leave. We try to go in and make sure that we find a preventative cure so that once we do it, that it doesn't come back.
Yeah, there's conditions, as you were saying. There's conditions that are, if you can keep the moisture level below a certain level, and you can actually change the environment.
Right.
Now, for mold to grow initially, it requires a higher moisture level than if once it's there, it can sustain itself in a lower moisture level. Isn't that right? So
right, and that's when it starts feeding off the wood because there's no moisture in the humidity in there at that point. So the only way it can get what it needs to survive, it starts pulling the moisture out of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
So someone thinks they have mold, you look at it visually, you see some signs of it. What are the next steps in testing?
To call somebody like me that's certified. Make sure you get a certified person to come out and test it. A lot of times I can go out and look at it and tell you whether or not you need to test it or not, because if it's mold, it's all removed the same way. It doesn't matter what strain of mold it is, it's all removed the same way, the same protocols you follow to remove it and get rid of it. And so that's, sometimes you don't need to do the actual testing. Now, if you smell it, mildew and stuff, and you're not sure if it's mold or not, that's where the air testing comes in,
Okay.
which we do air testing also.